Hello everyone, how you doing? Super fan here to my channel. You're very welcome. I'm singing for you. My name is Akwa and I'm really excited that you're here today. Please don't make today your last. There's always something here to bless you. Where have you been though? Where have you been? You're very welcome. And for everyone of you that have been with me on this journey, thank you so much. I know I'll take it for granted. If you've been with me from the very beginning, just yesterday, 1 week ago, thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right. So today I want to come here and share something quickly that really impacted me. So I've been reading the book of Kings. I'm in Second Kings, but it was Second Kings chapter 5, verses 1 to 14. So I'll give you a quick backstory and then we go from there. So it was about a man called Naaman. So Naaman was a commander in the army of the king of Syria. So he was a great man in all whatever the word great means. He was well respected, honored, he was a great man. However, he had leprosy. He was a leper, so his wife, she had a servant who waited on her and had told the wife, like, you know what, I wish my master would have been in Israel. There's a great prophet there that I know could heal him. And so when the wife has told Naaman what this girl has said, Naaman went to the king and said, this is what this little girl has said. And so the king sent kind of a letter, like a referral from one great king to another great king, to the king of Israel, and said, you know what, my commander Naaman needs to be healed by you. And I'm not sure how the letter was, but basically he sent the letter, and then Naaman takes the letter to the king. But the king was kind of like, how am I supposed to heal you? I think it was kind of like a mistake there in the understanding of what the girl has said. It wasn't the king that was meant to heal him, but the prophet Elisha. So the king tore his garment because he just thought, you know what, these people are just looking for war and battle, and he was really sad and tore his clothes. So when Elisha heard that the king has rent his clothes, I was like, no, okay, fine, bring him to me. He will surely know that there's a great prophet and a God in Israel. So that was how Naaman was then referred to Elisha, where he actually needed to be in the first place. So when he got there with his chariots and all his men, they went there, stopped at the door entrance of Elisha's house. Now, he had an expectation of how he wanted Elisha to welcome him or deal with his case or his leprosy. But Elisha just sent the messengers tell him to go wash in the Jordan 7 times and he will be clean and whole as a baby again, fresh skin. He was furious, like he was livid. How dare him? Indeed, like couldn't even come out, excuse me, couldn't even come out to just say some word or at least touch my skin and just probably do some magic or some chant. Whatever. He had an expectation of how, the prophet should have come to deal with his case, and then it's time to go wash in the river. How dare he? Does he know who I am? I can imagine, like, this is arrant rubbish, nonsense. I can just imagine how he was just like really raging and all of that. Well, one of his servants then said to him, sir, come on. I'm not sure he's come, I'm just imagining. If the prophet had said you should do something really difficult, you would have done it. But now he said to you to do something this simple. Why can't you just give it a try, So the servant convinced him, and then he went into the river 7 times and he was as new as a baby. His skin was healed, just as the prophet had said. Now, why am I sharing this story and what really impacted me? If you look at Elisha's reaction to if you look at Naaman's reaction to how Elisha handled this case, he was really fair because he had an expectation, And so what really struck me was that sometimes we consciously or unconsciously have put God in a certain box, that this is only how God can operate, just within this limit. You put some kind of limitations, some expectations, and if it doesn't happen that way, then it's not God. Or if it doesn't happen that way, we will unknowingly even miss out all the things that God has in store for us. You see, he had a certain what he wanted, how they wanted the prophet. So if that servant wasn't there to convince him, he would have lost out on this great miracle. He would have lost out on the opportunity of his skin being fresh and whole again. And so it's the same thing with us, really. Like, Do our expectations come in the way of all the things that God has in store for us? So we should be very careful so that what we're expecting, how we expect God to react to our prayer, or how we expect the miracle to turn out, or who we expect God's going to use to work out that miracle, who we expect God's going to use to help us. We just have so many expectations of what we expect God to do, but forgetting that God is actually sovereign and He can do as He wishes. We can't put Him in a box. Don't even attempt to, because you can't. So may our expectations of how we want God to react to our prayers not make us actually lose out on all the things that God really has in store for us. Because if the servant wasn't there, Naaman would have lost out on that great opportunity for him to be healed for life. You see, because he had a certain expectation. He's thinking, and he's put, like, is within this box. This is how it should be. This is how the man of God should come, and the prophet come and perform the miracle, whatever. But he had kind of like a certain box. It had to be this way, or it's not that. It's not going to happen. So that's what really important. I'm like, how many times are we expecting God to do things the way we want? And it's so funny that because you're looking in one, like, you're focused on how you think God should be operating within this box, He's actually outside the box, and you miss it out. You miss out on it. So let's really, really be very careful. That's what really impacted me. Like, I'm going to share with everyone. So that's it. If this video has blessed you, just give it a like, share someone I think is going to bless as well. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I really don't know what you're waiting for. Stop putting this channel in a certain box. I was looking for a way to rhyme the message and tell you to subscribe. Well, I don't think I'm making any headway here. Bottom line, just subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And click on the notification bell, because I post videos every Wednesday, right? Okay, so that's it. That's really my encouragement for you, as because, like, Akwa, be very careful. Akwa, be very careful. You go to that church, they are doing things in a certain way, not what I expected. You're already biased unconsciously, and the Holy Spirit might be there blessing people that day. You're going to miss out on the blessing because what you're expecting them to do is not what they were doing it. Not the way you know how to. Like, we just have these little limitations in our thinking, in our approach to things, or how we approach God. But God is working outside the box. He's not in that box that you've created. That box that you've made of God, it's gone. Destroy it and throw it in the bin, and be open-minded. Say, I will be open-minded. Say it with me. I will be open-minded this week and forever. Don't you think so, God? Bye, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.